Hello and welcome to another edition of Toys from the Attic. You know, I thought it's high time I took a look at some Pokemon figures of mine. But not just any, we're going to be taking a look at 150 himself, Mewtwo. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at this guy.
In 1999, at the height of Pokemon's popularity, Pokemon the movie was released to theaters.
Coinciding with that, Burger King obtained the rights to distribute the toys in their Kids Club meals. The toys were all categorized into 7 different sets, consisting of things like tops, squirters, launchers, beanies, and light-ups. At the time, there were only 150 Pokemon, and only 60 were released for the promotion. You still had a wide variety of Pokemon, featuring some of the most popular, and you were never quite sure which ones you were going to get in your meal. This is due to the fact that each Pokemon came in their own plastic Pokeball keychain carrying case. So not even the Burger King employees knew which ones they had. Sadly, the Pokeball keychains were discontinued and recalled halfway through the promotion when it was found out that it could be a potential choking hazard for small children. Mewtwo was the only figure unaffected by the recall, due to his carrying case not consisting of a Pokeball, but of the very cloning chamber of which he was created.
Alright, so here we have the Burger King Kids Club version of Mewtwo. Now, I don't think I need to go into the backstory of how Mewtwo is a genetically modified and cloned version of Mew. If you're a Pokemon fan and you're watching this, you're kind of already going to know that as a given. As far as the character goes, though, he's not the most screen accurate, but none of the characters in this line were. I mean, for Kids Meals toys, you can kind of give it some liberties. He's actually kind of quite shorter than what he would appear in the show, and his legs don't actually always stick up, but I think his shape kind of makes him a little bit cute. He doesn't have too much articulation. I mean, it looks like his legs would be able to move up and down, but they're kind of stationary. I guess that kind of helps to keep him in his standing position. Doesn't stand all too well, though. He's a little bit back heavy, and I think that's mostly due to his tail, but we'll get into that in a second. His arms can be moved up and down, and kind of give him in some sort of pose like he has his hands up, but that's pretty much about it. His tail can rotate 360 degrees around, but its main feature was to turn on the light that lit up his eyes. Now, he is kind of old, and his battery has worn out on him, so his eyes don't light up as they used to. That's kind of a shame. It was kind of a neat little effect. But anyways, so you can actually position his tail down to give him a little bit more of a sturdier base. Now, the other thing that I thought was cool with this guy is he didn't actually come in a Pokeball like the others did. He came in his own cloning chamber container. Now, yeah, it was a keychain, so you could put it on your belt and walk around with it, although it is kind of a big thing to have on your belt if you're walking around. But then again, these were for more younger kids, not like me when I was collecting these guys. Got into them a little bit late. Anyways, you could actually open this guy up, or open up his container, and place him inside. Oh, gotta fix his tail first. Fix him inside, and I think it actually looks kind of cool that he's in his cloning chamber, and if his eyes actually did light up, they could actually, you can see them pretty well through the green in here. I mean, it didn't really hamper the red glow, so it did give a really nice display option. I mean, the container has these nice little metal grates. You can see some little bit of detailing up here on the top. So it was, for an extra container, especially since they had a lot of Pokeballs that were just the generic spheres, red and white, this was actually kind of cool to make him really stand out and be different. And with his packaging, you definitely knew you were going to get him in the white packaging that came in. I mean, most of the other Pokemon packages, they were all white. You didn't know who you're going to get until you actually opened it and opened up the Pokeball. So it was a little hard to tell. But this guy, because of the shape of the bag, you definitely knew you were going to get him. And because of that, I actually think he's really cool. Anyone who's a fan of Pokemon, and probably, it might not match most of your collection, but I still think he's one of the coolest ones to get. Especially a lot of the light-up ones were. The rest of the toys there were kind of hit and miss, but the light-up ones were definitely ones to look out for.
Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, feel free to like, subscribe, or leave a comment below in the comment section. Any advice for the show would be greatly appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future.